Hey, what's up, guys?
Hello.
Out of the 6 years that Bart and I have been together, there's only been one time when I thought he was kind of shady. And I doubted him.
Really?
Yeah, pretty bad. So, this was when we were together for like the first 3 months. And prior to getting together, we knew each other as friends for like 3 to 4 years. But even as friends, it was still pretty surface because he was more like, he was in the homie circle, but he wasn't like a super close friend. He was like, just like the people that would kick it with you from time to time when everyone got together. You know how you have you know how you have like the immediate crew and then you have like a secondary crew that comes in and out whenever they have time to do it. So you were kind of that secondary crew.
You have the homies that you text like every day.
Yeah.
And then you have the homies that it's in the super group text when everyone is involved.
Yeah. So you were part of that secondary homie to me.
Yeah.
So I knew you weren't like, I knew you had like a shady past, but I didn't know everything about you. I didn't know about your relationship style. I didn't know about how you treated your mom. Like I didn't know any of that shit. I just knew that amongst the homies, you're fair, you're respectful, you're cool. How you interact with like certain people around you, it was cool. So 3 months into our relationship, you know, we were dating, we were being super cute with each other, super like furry, and we like would hold hands, and again, we were dating, like we would go on dates and stuff, like we were romantic. So we were coming back from a date, and we had just finished having dinner, and it was around like close to 11 at night. So in our area, or in my area at that time, I was living in Alhambra, around 9, the city just dies, because it's a pretty small city, so everything's really, really quiet. So we were on Chandler coming back, and it's
Chapel.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry. We were on Chapel coming back, and Chandler's where we live now.
Yeah.
So we were on Chapel.
Too late.
So we were on Chapel, coming back home, and the light was changing from yellow going into red, and I'm like, screw it, just take it, because there's nobody around us. I'm like, just take it. So at this time, he was driving a completely different car than what we have now. He was, what was your model?
Toyota X-Runner.
Why is that special?
So it's a lowered truck, and it's like a race truck, and it's, what is it called? Its lateral G limit is 0.9, so at that time, it means it could take turns harder than a 350Z could. So it was a handling machine. Yeah.
Okay, well,
6-speed manual.
All I know was it was blue, and it was manual, and it was fast, and it was loud. So I'm like, just take it, right? Because I wanted just to feel what it was like. And of course, he's like, and he takes it, and then we make, instead of stopping, we just like roll through that stop, and we make a sharp left and then a sharp right, and we're right on the street that we live on, because we had just recently moved in with each other. So we're like a few houses down from where we live from, and we're like laughing, we're having a good time, because it's like, dude, that felt pretty badass. Like we said fuck you to the law, and we fucking took that red light, we took that stop sign, it was dope, right?
I was Vin Diesel and you're Paul Walker.
Can't be a girl.
Find her Michelle Rodriguez.
Awesome, she's pretty cool. So so we're like laughing, not thinking anything, and at least I didn't look to see if there were any cops around us when that stuff was happening, so I was completely oblivious to anything else besides our little bubble here. And then I hear and I see the sirens, and it's like, woo! And I'm like, oh shit! Because I'm deathly afraid of the law. I've never had any bad experiences with them, but recently living in the 626, I always get pulled over all the time for doing absolutely nothing. So at that time, I was like,
what do you think's gonna happen? Like, why are you so deathly afraid of the law?
I don't know, I just feel like they're gonna say like I broke a million laws, and they're just gonna find something shady on my record. Even though I don't do anything shady, I just think the worst.
Do you think they're gonna beat your ass or anything though?
No, I just jumped to really crazy conclusions.
Like what? Like they're gonna frame you for murder?
Maybe, not frame me, but I feel like they might have like mistaken identity.
Because I think for most people, the only thing that they're scared of the cops about in LA is them getting overly physical. Like into like beating your ass.
Yeah, I mean, any of that.
But do you?
Well, also because they're the law, they can easily break their own rules. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get raped.
That's true, no one's there to catch you.
I'm like, I'm gonna get raped today.
That's true, yeah.
But I mean, you were in the car, so I mean, I wasn't thinking anything. But as soon as I heard those sirens, I felt so bad. And you probably don't remember this, but I really felt bad because I encouraged that behavior. Like, I'm the one that told you to run that light. I'm the one that told you.
I don't even remember that because I probably wanted to, so when you said it, told me to do it.
It sounded like your own idea.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, cool, whatever.
Well, shit, I've been holding that for years. Okay, no, I haven't. But that's how I remembered it in my head, and I felt like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, shit, I'm so sorry. Like, I got you in trouble, I'm so sorry. So I'm like,
don't feel bad.
I'm sitting like a freaking statue now, right? Like my hands are like visible, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like I'm already sweating, and like you were completely cool, and like he immediately busted out the fact that he was like a Marine, but not like to be douchey and not to say like he didn't just say like, oh, officer, I'm a Marine. The officer came over to our window or his window, and he was like, license and registration. And then Bart was like really freaking slick, Rick, and smart, and was
really?
like,
It came off that way?
It came off really chill.
Inside I was like,
no, you were like super cool.
oh, cool.
And I was like, okay, cool. So I was like feeding off of your energy, so I was kind of like relaxing a little bit. And you were like really smart, and I had never seen anyone do this. But you were like, hey officer, it's in my glove compartment. Is it okay if I go and reach it? And I was like, wow, like my baby is smooth. Like I was so impressed.
You called me baby already?
Yeah, we were together. You were my baby. So I was like, yeah, that's my man. Like inside, but outside I was like, ooh. I probably had like a piss stain in my pants, you know, because I was so scared.
Along with those other stains that we talk about in my video. Keep going.
What? Shut up.
Fine.
Anyway, so he gets out of the glove compartment, and like he immediately, so smart, he doesn't even give him his California ID, he gives him his Marine ID, which I'm like, ooh, freaking good, so smart.
Because usually they see it, and then they're like, wait a second, this is your driver's license, and they know, but they know now that you're a Marine, so you're kind of like one of them. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir.
Really? They don't accept that as a form of identification?
No, because they want to see your driver's license. They want to make sure that you're driving.
Oh, legally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you could be like a general, they're not going to give a fuck, you're still being illegal.
Damn, you should give a fuck though.
But I just kind of do a little switcheroo.
Yeah, you were smart. So as soon as he did that, I was like, oh, pretty smart. So then the guy was, he was like, you know why I pulled you over, right? Like the fucking age-old question, you know why I pulled you over, right? And then Bart's like, no, officer, I have no idea. And then he was like, you know this is a residential street. You shouldn't be going more than 25 in this zone or whatever, on the street. And then he's like, and you neglected to see a stop sign there. And then Bart's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Officer. Like, it was really late at night, whatever excuse.
You never plead guilty, and you always play dumb. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah, he was playing dumb for sure.
Because if you try to act like you're smart, or you try to pretend like you didn't do it, then you're gonna get in some big trouble, and they might stick something like a grenade up your ass.
A grenade? So cops carry grenades now?
You never know what's in your
end. You never know. Fine. So then, the guy followed, whatever protocol
he fondled me, yes.
Yeah, he fondled Bart, and then he followed whatever protocol he needs to like start looking up and inputting whatever information into his data, right? So he walks over back to his patrol car. He's putting in whatever bullshit he has to put in about Bart. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh man, like I feel like shit, because I'm just like, I can't believe I did this to Bart. Like this so sucks. Like all I was thinking about was like, my house is right there. It's like 3 houses away. I can see the shadows of people laughing. That's how close. I think I can even hear the TV on.